Now, the body that governs, in part, how the internet has evolved has voted to allow the creation of new website names in what is one of the biggest changes to the online world. Instead of the web addresses we've all become familiar with, such as .com or .org, an address could end with almost any word and be in any language. Let's discuss what this might mean with our technology reporter, Daniel Emery. Is this suggesting, Daniel, that there could be an absolute explosion in names here? That there could be almost anything?
Well, yes and no. I mean, the scope of it, at the moment we have a system that's a bit like a postcode. So, for example, bbc.co.uk shows that that company is in the United Kingdom. And there are 250 extensions that relate to countries, and then 22 other ones, for example, .biz, which is business, and .xxx, which is the adult entertainment industry. What the new changes, which are being produced by the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, how to say ICANN properly, will be any names, for example, .bbc or .google, .apple. What's different about this time is, whereas before you could register any old domain name, so I could, if I got in first, I could register jane.com, and I could sit on the website and I could squat it unless either you wanted to come along or Jane's wanted to buy it off me. The new sites are going to cost about £114,000 to register. Now that's a lot of money.
That's just to register it?
Just to register it. That's before you do anything with it.
Is the idea that this will essentially mean that this is then down to corporations, because there aren't going to be many individuals who would want to shell out that kind of money?
You'd say, well,
maybe
well, if you manage to get hold of the Apple domain name, for example, that's worth its weight in platinum. Of course, Apple may have something to say about that,
yes,
to say the least. Also, the vetting process for this is a bit more stringent. Whereas before it's first come, first served. This one, there's a 50-page document of which there are, it's more like a 100-page document which has to be filled out about why you want this domain, what your justifications are for having it, and what you're going to do with it, which is one of the reasons there's such high cost in this. A, to process all the paperwork, and B, to then put money aside for any litigious disputes that come along when you have people going, well, actually, I'm the only BBC in the world.
And why is this coming about in the first place? Is it simply the expansion, the current system as it is can't cope, or the estimation is it won't be able to cope in the future?
Well, yeah, it's more about evolving in the future. The other interesting point about this is languages. There's been a lot of complaints, especially from Arab-speaking nations and also from the Eastern countries, that the Western script doesn't really tie in with what they do. With these new changes, we're now going to have Arabic script. You could have sort of Cyrillic script as well. So I'm not going to try and say any of the words, but you could then have a domain that would be in Arabic and rather than being in English.
It's fascinating. Well, you better start saving so you can get Daniel.com. Otherwise, get in quick. We'll let you go.
I'll go.
Thank you very much,
Cheers.
Daniel Emery. Thank you.